these streams, they run all the way down to the coast of the Caribbean. It's about 15 miles or so as the crow flies. That's the same coastline where the Spanish first landed in 1501. You know, they were looking for gold, and they found it. And there's this Spanish friar, and he describes the Tairona in this way. They had feathered ornaments worn on top of huge plaques of polished gold. There was no Indian male or female that would not have sets of jewelry containing ear ornaments, necklaces, nose rings, and crowns, all of them made in gold.
Those first encounters with the gold-laden Tairona sparked the myth of Eldorado. But this myth has its roots in fact. There is gold in these hills.
You see tiny little flecks, but when the Spanish arrived and they saw that everyone was wearing gold ornaments, they thought that these mountains bled gold.
That's actual gold?
Yeah. Little tiny, tiny little flecks.
Yeah, right there, look at that. That's gold?
They're microscopic, almost.
Wow. Would the Tairona have used these kinds of pools to find it?
We don't know how it was, mined, so to speak. Probably panned and, collected tiny bit by tiny bit until they had enough to make one of the gold ornaments.
The Spanish conquistadors, they were obsessed by the Tairona gold. There's not much of it left. Looters have seen to that. But there is a stash kept hidden away in a vault in Bogota. Bogota, Colombia. I've got behind-the-scenes access to a vault of Tairona gold at the Banco de la República Gold Museum.
Look at all this.
I'm meeting Dr. Juanita San Samper, an expert in Tairona jewelry.
This is Tairona gold.
Yes, this Tairona gold work.
They're so detailed.
These are a pair of earrings. They were used just like these.
How do I look? Does it look good on me?
Yes, it looks very nice.
It's pretty big. This is so intricate. Look at that.
Well, this is a great pendant. It might represent a man and a bat and a bird as well. Let me show you in a microscope. In here you can see the details.
It's amazing. They're tiny little feet holding on upside down.
Yes.
It's so cool.
But also these in here, some tiny little birds.
These details are literally, the thickness of your hair. That's what it looks like. Wrapped around in the most incredible weaved patterns. Unbelievable. Wow, what is that?
This is a necklace. You want to?
Can I hold it? Wow. Wow, it's heavy.
Yeah.
Look at that. I have my head here between this piece of jewelry, and I actually realized that some human 400 or 500 years ago wore this exact piece just like this. Is this pure gold?
No, it's not pure. It's an alloy made out of gold, copper, and silver. These are gilded pieces.
So how thin is the gold layer on the exterior?
Well, I can show you in here. This like a sandy or porous layer in here. It measures 5.8 microns.
Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible.
The Tairona metalsmiths melted together gold, copper, and silver to make an alloy. Once set, the piece was burned over a flame and then dipped in acid solution made from a local herb. These chemical processes brought the gold compounds to the surface, creating a gilded exterior.
So basically, the Spanish show up, they see all this stuff, they think it's gold, but actually it's just got this layer on the very exterior, the
Yeah.
thickness of a spider's web that is actually gold, and that's it.
Yes.
I guess the Spanish didn't know that at first, right?
No, they thought it was all gold.
The Tairona were able to craft complex pieces out of tiny amounts of gold, but it was just enough to fuel the Spaniards' fantasies. Back at Ciudad Perdida, it's the moment of truth. The LiDAR test scans are in, and if it worked, we'll be able to see the world of the Tairona like never before.
Man.
Oh, great. The data's in.
Yeah, check this out. You're gonna like this.
Oh, wow. Ooh. Okay. I've never seen it without the trees.
Well, yeah, unless you cut them all down, right?
Cut them all down.
Then I can actually change
this is-
the angle of the sun here.
This is wonderful.
Look at that.
Well, you can see all the paths.
These paths, they follow the terrain off of this central terrace on the main ridge, and they kind of go out in every direction. Web of pathways.
Yeah, you can continue like drawing these out because it's all about connection.
It's not like anything I've ever seen in any other city. I mean, there's no walls, there's no boundaries, there's no squares.
Nothing, it's all open.
It almost looks like this neural network.
Yeah.
How long has this place been abandoned for?
Oh, just about since 1600, so.
400 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean, there's been jungle growing over this for 400 years. How is it still standing?
Well, these guys were wonderful engineers. They really were, and good design really stands the test of time.
Design? What do you mean?
You've got so much rain out here that it's just ridiculous. We've got over 4 meters of rain per year or so.
4 meters.
Yep.
Like 12, 13 feet?
Yep, that's exactly right. It just rained cats and dogs.
How would that not just erode and destroy all of this?
A good portion of the engineering and the design and the architecture is meant to work as a water management system. We would have the roof, right? And then all that water would have coursed down staircases. And so you've got runoff water moving very rapidly downslope and just make it all dry again very quickly.
The whole thing was designed as a massive gutter system? Also, that's awesome.
Yeah. That's what has preserved the site, actually.
Using the LiDAR data, we built a 3D model of Ciudad Perdida.
And look at this, ready? Boom.
Without the trees, we can see Ciudad Perdida as it was 500 years ago. Transported through time, we can move through the city, following the footsteps of the people that once lived here.
Oh, this is amazing. You've got like the center part of the town, and then all these paths that lead out to it and connect to the other neighborhoods. Imagine you've got dogs, you've got kids playing, you've got goldsmiths, weavers, you've got merchants